Are you wondering why, after years in business, you are struggling to grow that true connection with your audience via social media? It's because you're missing a true personal brand. I'm Donna Bowling, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you the 5 biggest mistakes my clients are making consistently when it comes to building their personal brand and how we can fix it. Okay, now I know what you're thinking. Why in the world do I need to grow my personal brand when I am not an influencer, or I'm not trying to be famous, or I'm not trying to be a public figure? It's okay. I think in our brains, a lot of times we feel that being a personal brand means having to be front and center in the spotlight like a star. Well, I'm a former casting director. And what's cool about that is I take all these aspects of finding your star factor, but applying it to you as just an entrepreneur or a brand. You don't have to want to be a famous star to be the star for your audience. The goal here is to find what makes you special, what makes you stand out, and build your personal brand. Another thing about building your personal brand is the connection that you're making with your audience. Trust me, audiences purchase from who they know, like, and trust. We've all heard that many times. If you only focus on selling your products or selling your services, and you don't focus on creating true connection with your audience, getting them to know you, like you, want to buy from you, you are missing out on a huge piece here. In fact, I would go as far to say that your product or your service doesn't even need to be the best, but you need to make sure that your audience feels seen and heard. And that is through building your personal brand. So let's get back to these 5 mistakes. The goal of this video is so that you walk away not only hearing the mistake, but feeling like you have a win. And also remember, I always help you through my Instagram. So make sure to come on over to my Instagram and follow along. All the links are in the show notes below. I've got some really great programs, challenges, one-on-one coaching, group coaching programs that you can learn from and really grow your personal brand. Mistake number 1. What do you do? I'll wait. All right, the biggest problem we see in entrepreneurs is that it's so hard to message clearly what it is that you do. And let me just be honest with you. It's not about what you do. That has nothing to do with me. For example, if you're a tailor, just came up out of nowhere. I have no idea where that came from. I do have to get my jeans tailored. But if you're a tailor and I go to you at a party, just say, and I say, hey, what do you do? And you say, I'm a tailor. Cool. But if you message that very clearly and you actually say, do you ever find that, since you're petite, since you're only 5 feet tall, that you end up buying a lot of clothes that look really, really adorable, but they're just too long? So I specialize in helping petite women find clothes and get the perfect fit for them as a tailor. Sign me up. Where's your office? Where's your business? I am bringing all my pants over to you. The goal here is to find a way to message exactly what you do, but for the person that it is that you solve that problem for. So what problem do you solve? Okay, for me, for example, I could do it 2 ways. I could say, I'm a personal branding coach. Okay, but that doesn't mean anything to you. What I should say instead is, are you an entrepreneur who feels like you struggle when it comes to creating content? You feel like you are not showing up as yourself online. You are lacking that connection with your audience. Maybe you feel uncomfortable sharing video content or putting your face on camera. I help entrepreneurs really shine online by growing their personal brand and amping up their inner star. Check, please. Mistake number 2 is that you don't know who you serve. Now, let me just tell you, I get it. You don't want to niche down. We've heard this before. You don't want to limit yourself because technically you could help anyone. That's true. I could help a president build their personal brand, but that's not my target audience. And I don't want to go after presidents. I want to go after entrepreneurs who have businesses, who are already making money, who love what they do, but are just having a hard time fitting in that content creation, figuring out how to show up on video, taking all their ideas from their head and implementing it online. That is who I'm talking to. So I'm going to specifically speak to those people's pain points. Are you struggling because you're in the weeds with client work that you don't have enough time for content creation? Are you sick of buying all those, boring templates and plug and play content prompts and you feel like they don't really apply to your industry? Are you wondering how to use your own words to speak to your audience? If so, Join my program. Now, all of a sudden, I'm speaking directly to you. Problem number 3, your content is all over the place. And what I mean by all over the place, I don't mean that it's a little bit on YouTube, a little bit on TikTok, a little bit on Instagram, and a little bit on LinkedIn. I mean that the content pillars are all over the place. Content pillars, 3 to 5 topics that you are consistently talking about every single day. Okay, you don't have to talk about all 5 every day, but you can rotate. That means if I'm going over to your YouTube page or your Instagram page, I am not seeing you talk about one day favorite food that you cook and creating tons of content around the soup that you're making, and then the next day talking about your favorite accounting software. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't want a one size fits all. I want the organizing person, the food person, the business person, the marketing person, the makeup girl, I want to know what I'm getting. That way, when I'm listening to podcasts, if I don't feel like having a business podcast in my ear and I just want to hear something entertaining, I'm going to go straight over to my reality TV recaps. But if I go to my reality TV recap and they're giving me a whole, podcast about a marketing funnel, I'm out because I was in the mood for something fun. So you have to stick with your basic content pillars and the energy that you're bringing to your content so that people know what they're getting and they come back to you to get what they want. Problem number 4 is a little bit of a triggering conversation, but it's important to have. You need to have an opinion. Yep, I said it. No one likes boring. And when I was a casting director and I was auditioning actors, guess what would happen if someone came in and gave a boring read? Meaning they took the script and read exactly what was on the page. They didn't bring any of their own flavor. We would write one word and it was vanilla, which meant boring, forgettable. You don't want to be forgettable. You want to have a strong opinion. So whether that is that you are a little bit dry in your humor, maybe you're super funny, maybe you're like the queen of unpopular opinions. Maybe it's not even an unpopular or popular or polarizing conversation, but it's a strong opinion. For example, here's my strong opinion. I don't believe in plug and play templates. I don't believe in boring content prompts. I don't believe in a content calendar. I teach my clients on how to create content that is specific to their industry and them. That's a little unpopular because a lot of other people that do what I do sell and make money off content prompts and templates. I just know it doesn't work for me. And if it doesn't work for me, it's not going to work for a lot of you. And so I'm going to share that with you. So the goal here is have a strong opinion and stick with it. Say it. It may not be popular and you may get unfollows, but trust me, the ones that really hear you and agree with you, they are going to turn into, just followers into fans. Okay, number 5, the final mistake that most entrepreneurs are making when it comes to building their personal brand: consistency. Y'all, if you are not consistently showing up in your content, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, like I said, you are showing me your shop is closed. If I don't see that you are live within the last 24 hours on stories, if I don't see that you've posted content within the last week, I'm thinking either A, you're on vacation, you got kidnapped, you decided to throw in the towel, you're not interested. You're not interested in connecting with me. You're not interested in pouring into me. You're not interested in growing the relationship. Dude, it's like you're ghosting me. It's like when I was dating and I would go out with a guy and think we had this great conversation and like, oh my gosh, he's the one. And then I would wait for his call. And I'm still triggered by that, but I'll get over it. The point is, you don't want to ghost your audience. Don't ghost your audience. Don't just post once in a while and then never show up again. Don't be inconsistent. Don't make them wonder if you're going to be there that day. If you're going to show up every single Wednesday with a YouTube video, show up every single Wednesday with a YouTube video. I've committed to doing that. That's why I'm doing this. There's no rules. You can kind of choose your own cadence, but stay consistent with it. Are you making any of these 5 mistakes? If you are, you're not alone. That's why so many people need help from people like me, personal branding experts who help you really grow your business and brand online by showing up uniquely as you. Because you have a gift, you have a talent, and you have your perfect dream audience just sitting there waiting to find you. But unless you start showing up and creating content and letting people in on who you are and all sides of who you are, you're never going to find them. So if you're interested in learning more about me, all the links are below. I've got a great challenge coming up at the end of this month. Jump in and I will see you guys soon.